Now, also, we have this today from the U.S. Justice Department involving President Biden's son. Listen.
I'm here today to announce the appointment of David Weiss as a special counsel. Mr. Weiss has the authority he needs to conduct a thorough investigation and to continue to take the steps he deems appropriate independently, based only on the facts and the law.
Attorney General Merrick Garland saying today it's, quote, in the best interest of the public to grant the current U.S. Attorney in Delaware, who you see right there, who has been investigating Hunter Biden, the title of special counsel. This gives the longtime prosecutor an extra level of independence as he looks into the actions of the president's adult son, Hunter. Joining us live here tonight is Anthony Bruce, a retired longtime federal prosecutor. We really appreciate you coming in as people try to process what this means. And I guess I would begin with, what do you think this means? What really changes now that the former U.S. attorney, who was appointed by former President Trump, continues his investigation, but with this new title?
Well, first, thanks for having me, but I'm not sure a lot has happened here. I was watching a commentator on YouTube this afternoon, and it was like, boss meet the boss, and the old boss happens to be the new boss. And I think this is more of a reaction to some of the stuff that's come out, for instance, from the House Judiciary Committee, as opposed to a real change. You recall there was a whistleblower that came before Congress. He was a retired FBI, a retired or current IRS agent who talked about certain things hadn't happened. Jim Jordan has been very vocal about this, and I think this is an attempt to get back to where the Judiciary Committee wants to be. What it does now is a normal U.S. attorney has no power to investigate, to go to another district and actually exercise their powers. And that was the situation with David Weiss. Now he is a special prosecutor, and he can go to any district he wants. He can use their grand juries. He can use their subpoena power. There are absolutely no limits. Now, he had apparently been promised this by Merrick Garland previously, but it had never been actually exercised. Now he can exercise it. Now it's official.
Yeah.
That's the change.
So obviously there's been reaction from all different sides of this issue since this broke early this afternoon, and that includes from the presidential campaign trail in Iowa. Listen to this.
I think it's about time that we saw the appointment of a special counsel to get to the bottom of not only what Hunter Biden was doing, but what the Biden family was doing.
There was a lot that he's done, particularly with the corruption, that really should be pursued. I just have not seen that yet. I'm not confident that this arrangement is going to lead to that, but it should.
So among some, there is sort of skepticism that this really means much. Does it mean more legally, or does it mean more just politically?
I think it means more politically. We have to trust David Weiss to do what he's got to do. Now he has all of the tools in his toolbox. He was -1 before. He should be ready to go.
Finally, the special counsel's office, as they continue this investigation, actually filed some paperwork in court today saying the plea agreement with Hunter Biden from before basically is going nowhere. They now anticipate that going to trial. Does that surprise you that case has just turned so upside down?
No, because of the bad lawyering that was done up to the point in time of the plea, because they should have buttoned it up. They didn't. I think Hunter Biden's lawyers did a pretty good job of backing out of that because it gave him very little protection. And now they're at a point where he can either try the case or he can plead guilty. But if he pleads, he's still exposed to other criminal activity, or to prosecution on other criminal activity that he may have committed.
And the special counsel has made clear the investigation continues, even aside from that plea deal. Former federal prosecutor Anthony Bruce, thanks so much for coming in. It's good to see you in person.
Pleasure. Thank you for having me.